Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, amma ba'd, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the first episode of this new format of our Righteous and Rich podcast, where the idea is to showcase entrepreneurship, investment opportunities, and business and economics in general within the Muslim world. The idea here is that we want those that are inside of the West to bring their wealth over into Muslim economies, whether that be in the GCC region, whether that be in the Indonesia, Malaysia region, whether it be in the subcontinent, Pakistan, Bangladesh, so on and so forth, North Africa. The whole idea is that we're talking in this podcast, in this series, week in, week out, about the top headlines, the top stories, to showcase to you guys and educate to you guys exactly what type of opportunities are here. And I have with me a phenomenal panel. To my right, we have Brother Ebrahim, Ismail, who you're going to be seeing a lot more of, inshallah ta'ala. Just to quickly introduce my panelists to you. 3 brands you've built to $100 million plus, Allah barik,
yes.
Right? You exited on one of them, yes. Sold to PepsiCo, and currently in real estate, you guys have done over $8 billion in deals.
Yes, that's true.
Allahumma barik. So, certified founder, entrepreneur, now investor, Allah barik. To my left, you have Sam, who has over $150 million of assets under management.
Don't just say Mughal, Sheikh.
Don't
just say Mughal.
The Mughal of real estate, Allah barik. USA, now also UAE. You're about to launch a private equity fund, Allah barik. Registered in the DIFC. Phenomenal stuff. Great opportunities for you guys watching. And then we have the prince of startups. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. This brother right here, future billionaire. Just look at his face. Allah barik. Gonna tear this region's auto parts industry into something else. Barakallah fikum. So, look, just to quickly run over the topics that we're going to be discussing, inshallah ta'ala. It's going to be a fast-paced discussion, and then bi'idhnillah al-bari, we'll get straight into it. So, we're going to be talking, inshallah ta'ala, about Tabby, which is a fintech company here, and we'll talk about the hukum shari, the Islamic ruling on Tabby in a bit. But this fintech company is valued at 4.5 billion, has recently valued at 4.5 billion. The reason I want to talk about it is in the buy now, pay later space, this has now become number 3rd in the world. So that's an interesting story. Number 2, this region, the GCC, has come out in real estate on top despite issues in the world. Almost every other market is suffering. The USA is suffering. The UK is suffering. And despite being in this region, not too far away from conflict zones, it's still thriving. So we're going to talk about that, why that is the case, and what you guys' thoughts are in terms of the real estate market here, in terms of its future. We're going to talk about the King Salman gate that's just opened up in Makkah, and what that means for people that want to invest in Saudi Arabia. We're also going to talk about the gold price. It went up and now it's gone down. That's going on. And then there are some other topics, inshallah ta'ala. For example, Noon, which is similar to Amazon, which is giving Amazon a run for their money. And actually I have inside information, which I don't know if I'm actually allowed to say, but Amazon it might be...
Let us know.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. But I have inside information from the brothers in the network.
Yeah.
Before we dive into the first topic, just to remind everyone that this discussion, this podcast, is for those that are entrepreneurs, those that are investors, senior corporate executives. We do have a network for those that are operating at a 7-figure plus level. We're talking dollars, not dirham, by the way. So 7 to 9 figures. And we have a network of entrepreneurs, investors, senior corporate executives. All these brothers here that you're seeing are also part of that network. And everyone supports each other in terms of deal flow, opportunities, and just brotherhood and friendships and relationships. So with that said, you guys can apply at the link below. We do reject 92% plus applications. But if you are from that special few, you can make it. So with that said, Zarir, Tabby is valued at 4.5 billion, right? Now you're also an early stage founder. That's how you put it, right?
Early stage technology company.
Early stage technology company.
Absolutely. We don't call it startup, because startup, when you use the word startup, for me, in my mind, it's a bunch of kids who don't know what they're doing.
Akid. So look, what really strikes me about this particular topic right here, right, is that this is a fintech company, and fintech is an industry that the West kind of owns. Right?
Okay.
Tabby's come, and now in terms of users, it's number 3. Klarna's number 1, Affirm is number 2, and Tabby is number 3 in its.
And with Arab money,
Muslim
they
money
can become number 1. I knew you were going to correct me.
Muslim money. One of the members of our network.
But it's going to be Arab Muslim money mostly.
Arab Muslim. One of the brothers in our network, Wa'il, is actually his fund is actually invested in that. Right, yeah. So
the biggest VC, early stage VC in the region.
So the reason why this is interesting to me is that, you don't really think that these early stage founders coming from like GCC region and whatever regions are going to come and give people like Klarna a run for their money. Likewise, Noon is giving Amazon a big run for their money right now. You also now are also someone who's got his technology startup, early stage. How do you put it?
Early stage technology.
Early stage technology company. What's your thoughts on this? Like, what's the future looking like here in the region for early stage technology companies?
It's an important development, but we need more wins like Tabby, and I'll tell you why. Because if you look at the last 2 to 3 years, when did Tabby start? Do you know when they started?
When did they start?
If they're doing a Series E now, I don't know the date, but if they're doing a Series E, they must have started at least 7 years ago.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. 7 years ago, in the region, in the world, it was easier to raise early stage capital.
Okay.
Today, much harder. The bar is much higher. Do you get me? So what does that mean? That means the geniuses that we have in our region who are working as slaves in corporates, who have the ideas of the future, the ideas similar to Tabby or even better than Tabby, they're not going to take the risk now. They're not going to submit their resignation and go out and take their ideas and bring them to life. Why? Because they've heard that it's tough to raise capital. Early stage VCs aren't backing founders as they used to in Tabby's early days. So why should I?
Is that true for all sectors or just technology?
There's always trendy sectors. There's always and the trendy sectors change, but the bar is still high. So back in the day, if we're talking 7 years ago, you could raise institutional funds on an idea. Today, if you want to get institutional funds,
Series A.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So let's say he has the idea of the future. He wants to disrupt a huge market. Now, if you want to open a restaurant, you can raise capital from Fulan wa Allan. You get what I mean? But if you want to be the next Tabby, you want to disrupt a market, Tabby was operating at a loss for a long time. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you do that? You need capital for that. Who's going to give it to you? Fulan wa Allan don't have that money. Do you see what I mean? So but what we need is we need more wins. And that's why even what I'm doing is so important. Because if I win, and inshallah I will,
Inshallah.
and others like me, what that will do is a few things. One, it will inspire those guys to make that jump.
To pursue their idea.
Absolutely. And two, it will bring more money to early stage technology companies. So everybody who, for example, someone who won, presented the opportunity to, but said no, the next time they get an opportunity, they're going to say yes. Do you see what I mean? So one of our investors, he's a SVP of one of Emirat or Enoch, one of the big oil companies in the UAE. The reason why he invested is because he had the leadership of Emirat brought the founders of Careem to give them a talk, the SVP level. He heard their story of how they went from from nothing to everything. And he picked up the phone. He's like, yeah, like, Amin, I'm going to give you 6 figures. This
Yourself.
Yeah. And I said, why? He's like, I heard the story of Careem. Because we also have I had told him a story about how the founder of Careem went to one of the biggest automotive businesses in the country, wanted a meeting with them, the semi-government. And they don't have a landline. So he had to actually physically go. And he asked to meet with the CEO. And they made him wait in the secretary, the lounge area for 3 hours. And the CEO never came. And he left. And he never came back. And then a few years later, I went to that same
CEO,
semi-government, because again, they still don't have a landline.
Yeah.
So I walked in, but I think my pitch is better than the founder of Careem. So I got through to the receptionist of the CEO, and I said, "This is who I am. This is what I do. You don't have a landline. I'm here, and I want to schedule a meeting." He came down straight away. And when we met, took me to the boardroom with the chief investment officer as well, being present. I presented to him the idea. Said, "Sure, we're going to do a test." And then I said, just a question before I left. I said, like, I know I'm good on the phone and getting through to chairmen and board of directors and C-suite level. I'm a killer at that. I know. But I usually get my meeting like the next day, 3 days, a week later. I don't get it on the same day. Why did you come down? And the CEO said, the previous CEO did what he did too. There was a guy who came in just like you did. He was the founder of Kareem. And the previous CEO didn't come down. He waited for 3 hours and then he left. He never came back.
The boat left the dock.
The boat left the dock. So, and then that CEO got fired later
For that
on.
reason.
And when I was hired, when that guy was hired, I was told this story. And this CIO was hired to ensure that us as a semi-government group, we don't miss opportunities like that again. So that's why when you called and the secretary passed the message to me, I dropped everything and came down and called Sanjay, the CIO, to come as well. So back to what I said, is that this is what's at stake. This is what's at stake. People, they think that if they win for themselves. No, you win for so many others.
Exactly.
Same thing, not only in early stage technology, even with real estate, it goes on.
Just before we jump back into the podcast, I need to share something with you that's been weighing heavy on my heart for a few years. For years, you guys have asked me, is there a real way to make massive, passive wealth without touching riba? And truth be told, I didn't have a good answer for you. Most options available just seem like riba that's been rebranded as halal mortgages. And if the option is halal, then it's usually too risky, too scammy, or too slow. And then I came across Brother Sam Amin, who has $100 million of Muslim investor money invested in real estate. And this blew my mind. Here we have a guy who's helping people become multimillionaires through investing in real estate without riba. When I heard about it, I didn't jump on the opportunity straight away. I actually investigated it and I observed the brother for over a year. I met his investors that have made millions on the back of investing with him. One of his investors actually is an uncle who had humble savings that now have compounded into $7 million plus, Allahumma barik, in just a few years. His deal structure is actually amazing. You enter into a joint venture with him and his team manage it 100%. Within 2 years, you're expected to receive a 50% return on your investment, Allahumma barik, and there's no haram. It honestly got really emotional for me because we now have a vehicle that doesn't compromise your deen, nor does it compromise your ambition. So that's why I felt compelled to share this good news with you. So look, if you're serious about wealth creation and you have at least $100,000 liquid ready to invest and deploy within 30 days, and you want your money to move, you want it to multiply without any haram, then Sam's newest development project here in Dubai might just be your ticket to generational wealth. Now, if this appeals to you, it's important that you know that over $5 million has already been committed to this fund. And this round is going to be closing very soon, inshallah. I've placed the link to apply to invest in his fund in the description of this video below. Alhamdulillah, this opportunity is real, and so is the window. With that said, let's get back into the podcast. Barakallahu, I have a couple of points to mention this, right? So, it being tough to raise that capital, it kind of just emphasizes the importance of being in a network that's going to help support you to be able to solve that problem. Because again, the experience I have with people that are founders at this early stage is those inside the network, and they're getting money thrown to them left, right, center. And I feel like the reason for that is, number one, that those that are founders inside of our network, people that invest in them are, number one, they want to invest because these are our brothers, we know them. You get, sometimes it's not necessarily even the project or the idea, it's the person that you're investing in, right? But then the thing is, when you invest in someone like that, you've got skin in the game. So you're incentivized to now help open doors. And what I've noticed what brothers are doing for each other inside the cave, which is our network, 7 to 9 figure network, is that they invest in them and then other brothers will help secure B2B partnership deals with them. So they have, I don't call it an unfair advantage because it is fair, but they have a unique leverage point that other startup founders wouldn't have, is that the ones that are giving them funding inside the network are also then using the network to be able to help get them meetings with this company and that company and this company and that government entity, so that
even family offices, right?
Say that again?
Even with family
offices. So that they have an unfair advantage to ultimately do better. The second thing I think what Tabby has to its advantage is that it took into account local sensitivities. And I think that is something that people miss out. See, the West, it created a lot of these juggernaut powerhouse enterprise companies for their context. It doesn't necessarily work in the same way, democracy doesn't necessarily work here. It works. Yeah. It doesn't work there either. But the fact of the matter is that the local sensitivities are something that's very important. So I'll explain to you what I mean about Tabby. So Tabby actually in Saudi Arabia completely removed its late payment fees.
Late payment fees.
It's late payment fees, which is riba, it's haram, right? And when it removed its late payment fees, why did they do it? Because the people demanded it, right? The people demanded it. It became a big thing online. It was like, listen, I think on Twitter it went viral. Tabby, does late payment fees. Late payment fees is riba, so they removed it. Now, in all transparency, they haven't removed it in the entire region where it operates.
So they have it here in UAE?
In the UAE, they have it, and they have late payment fees here. They have it. But even then, although the scholars, and the reason I know is because we know one of the investors in Tabby. He's a very practicing brother.
Absolutely.
MashaAllah, he loves knowledge, loves people of knowledge. He goes to ulama, he goes to scholars, he consults them. And what he mentioned to me was that they have, there's a school of thought, which is that if you're going to have to take late payment fees out of necessity, if you believe it's necessity, I'm not saying I agree with this position, by the way, but it's a valid difference of opinion amongst scholars. But just run with it. And they take this view, right? So if someone differs with me, I can't now shame him for that, right? When he's going to scholars. But if you're taking late payment fees, and as long as you're giving it away immediately, you're not touching it, right? And you're not giving it for like charity, you're just giving it away. You're getting rid of that money. You're doing tathhirul mal, as they call it, purification of the wealth, then it can be allowed. So the founders take that. The founders of Tabby take that view.
So they don't use the late payment fees.
So the late payment fees, exactly. They don't profit off it. They throw it away, right?
Okay.
Now, I still am inclined to the view that's still not allowed. The investor we know also takes that view. It's not allowed. But what they did is that they listened to the market in Saudi Arabia. The people who majority take the view saying, get rid of it. Get rid of the late payment fees altogether. We don't accept it. They did that.
And they adopted the other view.
Other view. So that's one thing that I think is very powerful. Another example of a company that's done that, we can just breeze over it very quickly, is Noon. Right? One of the reasons why Amazon is struggling in this region is because labor costs are cheap. So you can just get a bunch of motorbikes, throw people on there, and things can be delivered in 15 minutes. Amazon's by end of night delivery even isn't successful here. But Noon will give you things in 15 minutes. They literally looked at what are the key items that people need, and let me just get you those items in 15 minutes. Amazon will tell you it will come tomorrow and it will come the day after, even in this region.
Yeah.
And I actually know a brother who's inside of our network, used to work for Amazon in a very, very, very senior position here in the region. He had a very senior position in Europe and a very senior position here. He told me that one of the guys that directly reports to Jeff Bezos, he spoke to the guy who's in charge of Amazon here and said, listen, Amazon can exist without the GCC. And, like, if you don't get your act together, we'll pull out of here. So what I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of opportunities here when you look at the cultural needs. And that's also what you've done with Buy Any Auto Parts, right?
Yeah.
I think you'll explain it better. And once you explain it, we'll move on to the next topic, inshallah.
On Buy Any, like, since we're talking about Noon, I'll say something about it. You know what Noon has that Amazon doesn't? Has a man called Muhammad Al-Abbar.
Yes, Imar.
Muhammad Al-Abbar with Imar without it, and he's forced to be reckoned with. I remember the story of Burj Khalifa. Many people, they don't know the story.
Okay.
And who trained Muhammad Al-Abbar?
Sheikh Mohammed bin
Rashid.
Okay.
So there you go. There's the story of Burj Khalifa. Maybe some of you know it. I think a lot of you don't.
I don't.
So Sheikh Mohammed called Muhammad Al-Abbar and told him, I want to build a tower unlike any other in the world. So show me some designs. Muhammad Al-Abbar came to Sheikh Mohammed, presented him a tower. He said, how tall is it? And he said, it's this tall. He's like, is there taller? He said, yes, there is. He said, I don't like it. Came back with a different design. He said, how tall is it? He said, it's this tall. He said, is there taller? He said, yes, there is. Like, I don't like it. Then Muhammad got it. He came with a design of Burj Dubai.
Yeah.
Future, it was called Burj Khalifa. He said, is there taller? He said, there's nothing taller than this in the world. He's like, I like it. Do this. Meaning, this is where building an average tower and building the tallest tower in the world, the difference is money, but the effort is the same.
Yep.
Starting a grocery store or building Burj Khalifa, you're gonna have sleepless nights. You're gonna have
Takes the
expenses
same
you need to
effort.
pay,
Yep.
staff. Same thing. So if you're gonna do something huge, and be number one. This is Sheikh Muhammad's ethos, and Muhammad Al-Abbar lives by it. So I'm not surprised he's giving a giant like Amazon a run for his money.
No, barakallah feek, barakallah feek. طيب, okay. So moving on to the next story. This region, Sam, despite conflicts in the world, like literally everywhere, the real estate market here is just booming. Right? Now you obviously have a lot of investors that are taking money out of the West and putting it in to Dubai here. Likewise yourself here in Indonesia. What are your thoughts on this? Like, why is the real estate market booming here? Like, what's so different? What's so unique?
So I think we have to compare why it's not booming in other places.
Okay.
Once we find out what's happening in other places, what's going wrong, then we'll actually appreciate Dubai.
Okay.
So primary reason, let's go the recent fire incident that happened in LA, in Malibu. I'm sure you guys have seen the video. It's like Armageddon, right?
Even more recent?
No, the one I'm talking about.
That one,
Yes.
yeah.
So after that happened, if you go to those areas till now, Malibu, oceanfront, still empty. Not even 1x on the ground. Okay. Now let's go over the reasons why there is no properties being rebuilt. So these houses, the maximum insurance coverage they could have is $3 million. Okay. The land itself is worth more than $3 million. But the insurance coverage, they could not get more than $3 million.
Okay.
So these people don't have money to rebuild the house. Number one, most people. Now, some people who have the money to rebuild the house, to get a permit to rebuild the house, you have to get the coastal zoning right, environmental zoning right, then it's built on a slope, it has septic tank underneath, you have to get the whole septic tank removed because fire debris and all that. Just that cleanup and just to get the zoning and planning approved, guess how many months you have experience, and we're just talking about in Dubai. Just guess, Brother Ibrahim.
No idea.
Okay, it's literally 30 to 36 months.
What?
To get the permit to build. Okay. Then comes the cost to build, right? Because of all these issues that I have mentioned, slope, septic tank, environmental zoning, all these zoning factors they got to work with. And all of these regulatory authorities don't work in synchrony. Once you go to one department, has no knowledge of the other department. And we'll compare with Dubai in a second. But because of that, and you have to do luxury build out and whatnot, the cost is $2,500 to $3,000 per square foot to build over there. After waiting 36 months to build.
Bro, 36 months.
Just to get permit.
By the time you get the
Burj
permit,
Khalifa was built in 72 months.
bro. By the time by the time they get the permit, there's gonna be another fire.
Exactly. And going back to
I ain't saying
example,
this like as a joke.
it's
I really
crazy.
like the people on the West Coast here. You know,
yeah, no,
like
seriously.
3 years is a long time. Things can go wrong in 3 years.
100%. Now compare that to Dubai. I think the infrastructure is such a blessing here. I was just talking to your brother today in the gym. It was like, so how is it moving from the east to the west and back to the east? And he's forever been in Dubai. He's a local here. I was like, brother, you would only appreciate once you live in London and Detroit for a few years. You actually don't truly appreciate Dubai, even though you're local here. You know, there's the safety, the infrastructure of things. For example, in my Dubai Rest app, there's property wallet. You go there and you see all the properties that you own there. You can renew your lease there. When I say this to my American investors, like, what? Really? You could do that? You know how many departments you have to go through? I know a brother who's also part of our network. He forgot that he owns a property in Philly. He forgot he owns that property. He bought it a long time ago in foreclosure or whatever. He literally forgot. You know how he remembered that he owns it? He got a letter again that he got foreclosed again because he did not pay taxes for 3 years. So he lost the property. Oh. He's here in Dubai. And he's like, oh, no, I remember I got it a long time ago. It was tenant occupied and he forgot. There's no way, nothing. There's no centralized communication. Everything is so decentralized, so not disciplined.
Bro, you know what you just described?
Yeah.
Is not of a first world country. This is of a third world country.
Brother, fifth world country.
This is like my grandfather forgot that he owns some properties in East Africa, you know? And only like after he passed away.
He got a letter.
No, like 20 years, 10 years ago. My grandfather passed away, God knows when. 10 years ago, we found out he had a property and the tenant was still living in it. And we had no idea.
So these ease of transactions and the government and the developer on the same page. The authorities all on the same page. what is the page? We want to make Dubai the greatest city in the world. But when you go to America, everybody has a differing, conflicting target. Why? Because they want the government to stay big. So they are running city of Warren, where our main office was. It's 36 square mile city. You know what the budget is to run the city?
What?
$300 million.
36 square mile?
36 square mile. The budget is $300 million to run the city. And still you go to the city to build a single family house, 900 square foot, takes 8 months to get the permit. And you see the people right in front of you just waiting, just not doing nothing. 900 square foot, like we're building a block. And here's the drawing, approve it, right? Plus, there is no pre-allocated plans. Like, here before buying, we know, okay, G+9, you have an idea what you're buying. And no idea. There's going to be public voting. Neighbors are they say, there's a program called Not in My Backyard, NIMB, okay? Meaning people can go and, oppose your plan and completely say, no, you can't build that. So even those guys that want to rebuild the house, now let's say they want to do some crazy designs, the neighbor could say, no, I don't want to see that design in front of me. And if all the neighbors, the association gets together, they can deny your plan after 36 months, nothing will get approved.
You know what that city needs? It needs a sultan.
I'm actually, so funny he mentions it, so powerful. I'm going to actually react to a video this Sunday. We're going to shoot it. Maybe this episode will come before that. Grant Cardone, one of the biggest real estate investors. He has $5 billion asset under management.
We'll play the video.
Yes, we'll play it. I'll send you the clip. We'll play the video. Basically, I'm sure you guys have watched the video now. Basically, he's talking to another guy who's basically complaining about Malibu, another investor, right? And then Grant Cardone says, so why Dubai? You can get permit and build a building in 7 months. What?
Yeah.
That guy's like, because they got a king. So
Grant Cardone agrees with me.
Yes, brother, he exactly said what you said. It's like, because they got a king, man.
That's sultan.
But anyways, I think when are people dealing with those stuff in the West? And this is just US, what I know. Same with UK, same with Europe. Actually, they're worse as far as I know. I've not dealt personally, but US, we have dealt. And, there's so many stories I can go over, right? But when you compare that here, the ease of infrastructure, I think is a big factor why Dubai is an anomaly still. Because Fitch said there's going to be a correction of 15% by end of the year.
In Dubai?
In Dubai. Fitch said there will be a correction, but still, it's where it is. So we'll see what happens, inshallah.
What's your take?
So no, I agree with Sam that the efficiency here. So I think bureaucracy in most Western countries is bureaucracy for the sake of bureaucracy. Departments are disconnected from central government, and each one's protecting their interest and trying to do how can I work with less for the day.
Yes.
Whereas the culture here is how do we just make our populace or our population's life easier?
Yeah.
In the West, if you try to purchase a property, most countries, in fact, anywhere in the world, you need an agent. You're not sure whether you could trust their market analysis.
Right.
They could be selling you something because it's, they incentivize to sell that particular property. Here, it's simple. Go on an app.
Yes. Yep.
This is the last traded price. This is, so the West loves, so they love looking at you. So they love big data and, insights into your life, but they're not transparent themselves. Whereas here's the opposite. Everything is transparent. If you look at, the achievements of Dubai Land Department, what they've been able to achieve. Sheikh, you could go, we could sign a contract this evening. Literally tomorrow we can go to a trustee office, and within an hour he'd leave with his title deed, property transfer done.
Yes.
Wow.
And in the
Not even an hour.
trustee's office, if you have the appointment, I was there only for 8 minutes.
Yeah.
With the appointment there, in and out.
The hour was an exaggeration. It's actually
8
less.
minutes, and I said,
Okay, it's 8 minutes, not even an hour.
yeah, hour, 8
And
minutes.
in America?
America, first of all, if I sign contract today, there's no way you're transferring the deed tomorrow. No way. It's 10 to 14 days wait time.
South Africa is 6 months.
Yeah, well, there you go. It's a few things as well you need to take into consideration when you talk about government. One, over here, you have the Sultan, the Sheikh, who in himself,
He's the Sheikh CEO.
Yeah, he's the Sheikh CEO. And he determines who heads each ministry in each government.
Yes.
In each government department. And he chooses only the best. He's not choosing his cousin or whoever. unless
no
he's
nepotism.
Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
So if you look at compare that with other countries, Western countries, who decides who's the head of a government department? So like it could be someone who's completely incompetent.
Yes, brother, it's voted by people, high school kids, 18-year-olds.
That's what I'm talking about.
They're voting who runs the
Process
city.
is inefficient. Just to get someone appointed would take a good couple of meetings and then debated, unhappy.
How's the market right now in Indonesia?
Market in Indonesia, in Lombok in particularly, that's where we invested. It's phenomenal. So if you look at Bali had different figures, obviously on a much smaller scale, but they had the exact same run as Dubai has been enjoying. And to the point that Bali has now collapsed.
It's collapsed?
In the infrastructure cannot handle the exodus into the country. By bike, to get from one end of the city to the other end would probably take you a good couple hours. So the government is
when
now...
you say exodus, as in people are moving there as residents, or you mean tourism?
Yeah, so a lot of Russians, Chinese, besides the tourists, so there's a lot of tourists, but post-COVID...
So just so people know, Lombok is the Muslim version
of Bali.
Of Bali. So Bali is like Buddhism and whatnot.
Yes. So a lot of nomads, digital nomads, freelancers, etc. have moved. A lot of expats, European expats especially. And
they moved to Lombok.
To Bali.
They moved to Bali, okay.
And that infrastructure has crumbled. So government has pre-spent infrastructure in Lombok, which is an island next to Bali.
Because they learned from Bali.
It's 20 minutes. It holds a MotoGP track. Same natural beauty as Bali. And the beauty is that it's 90% Muslim. It has 1,600 masajid.
Wow.
Lombok,
yes.
1,600 masajid.
Yes.
How big is the island?
I'd be offhand, I'm not sure, but it's not a very big island.
It's Indonesia, brother. They like mosques over there.
Like Bangladesh, man.
No, so it's,
One stone away. Every masjid is a stone away.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, one street. You have a good few masajid.
What's your project in Lombok?
So we don't have a project there yet.
Oh, you bought
Our
land.
strategy right now is we're buying land. Presently, already the land is appreciated by, a good couple of X. And vast majority of our competitors, what they are doing is plotting. Now, we differ with that ideology. So they just buy a big parcel of land, cut it up, zone it, and sell you a plot for your home. You figure out how you're going to build your house. And we say that's a ridiculous concept because... generally, the populace in Lombok are using it as a second home, or
so they have no idea what to do with it.
They have no idea on the local permits, etc. And furthermore, they don't have the capacity to actually manage or project manage that concept.
Right.
So we would provide turnkey, but right now our ambition or our strategy right now is just acquiring lands, getting them transferred. And
sitting on them.
We started discussions with the big brands in the region and across to do some branded residence components because some of our lands are prime seafront lands. I don't think there's anywhere else in the world where you could buy beaches. So you don't physically own the beach, but I mean you own the rights, the access. So some world surfing beaches are part of our portfolio, Allah Barik.
Allah Barik, mashallah.
And there we would need hospitality components. We particularly don't enjoy the hospitality sector because it comes with its nuances from an Islamic and a Sharia perspective, as well as...
Can you make it dry there?
You could make it dry, yes.
Fantastic.
But like Sam, he's enjoying the development space now, so he would appreciate that buying, selling, and moving on with your life is a lot better than managing and opening and closing shop days.
Yes. So who are the people that are buying there? I'm very very curious.
So Singaporeans, Chinese, Australians, Europeans.
These are investors buying a second home, just a
investors
luxury.
Buying a second home. As well as wealthy expats coming for retirement.
Got it.
As well as the digital nomad overflow.
Okay, so that's a powerful
one.
Also
that's a powerful one. Or you're still talking about Bali?
No, this is Lombok.
But is there anyone who are the investors that are buying up like you?
So like us,
Like
there
sophisticated
are
investors I'm talking about.
sophisticated investors. There's Chinese, there's Singaporeans, there's Indonesia is a wealthy country, Isha.
Yeah.
Of course.
The economy would soon overtake Germany. Not many people understand that.
Oh, wow.
No,
How is it like in terms of infrastructure? Like, for example, here, there's like no corruption, things that get done. I'm not familiar with that part of the world.
So I would say, unlike Africa, where you could downright get cheated, perhaps they may take a slice off the top. But you wouldn't get, they'd dip their hands in the pot maybe, but they wouldn't take the pot.
That's funny.
As in, you can get things done. It's swift, it's
Yeah,
smooth.
things are quite efficient. We're in touch with the ambassador here and actually quite close with the governmental, heads
That's important, yeah.
over there, and full support. They want foreign investment into the country, and whatever support you require is available. Furthermore, they have all the natural resources. They have labor, low-cost labor. Anything you would need. So it's the designs, they are very different to Dubai, so not all glass and steel, but very eco-friendly designs. But every material you would require is produced in the country.
In the island.
Not in the country, in Indonesia, not necessarily on the island. So you wouldn't need large imports of raw materials.
Since we started making content for righteous and rich entrepreneurs, I've gotten so many messages from brothers who've been inspired and want help making money online. They're hungry for financial freedom so they can seek knowledge, do hijrah, and live life on their terms with Allah's permission. But here's the truth. I can't help you. I personally only work with 7 to 9 figure entrepreneurs. With that said, there is one brother that I trust more than anyone else that helps beginners start their online businesses with Allah's permission. In fact, I've sent him dozens of brothers already, and time again, he's helped them make consistent money online. Look, I have a lot to lose by putting my name behind someone I don't have full confidence in, but this brother, I vetted him and his team and his method. I trust him with Allah's permission, which is why I'm ready to risk my 10-year plus reputation on telling you this brother, he will help you make money online, inshallah ta'ala. So if you're interested, go to the link below and you can apply for his mentorship. With that said, let's get back into the discussion.
Talk about corruption and, how that transfers here to Dubai and why it's so, why that's one of the successes of Dubai.
Yep,
is
absolutely, brother.
Anti-corruption.
Yep, 100%. The corruption
regardless
in the US are
who
at the
you
highest levels. You would think there's no corruption
In the US?
Yeah, highest levels, brother.
Yes.
Bro, what's going on? It's like every time you talk...
What are the elite
Through Hollywood, they
it's like
portray
you're not
that
describing
America is
the most powerful nation in the world.
Bro,
No
in
ways.
the UK, every year, there's a major politician that's getting done for corruption. There's that woman right now, I forgot her name. If Makkah was able to tell you the whole family tree of all the members of parliament. And
But there are many women there now.
In.
Yeah, who are doing the issues.
Yeah.
But corruption is crazy. Sorry to cut you off, Brother Ibrahim. Just quick story. The corruptions happen there is the lobbying. Lobbying is the corruption.
Yes.
Lobbying is the corruption. So as soon as they see your name, like who's the person developing this land? Because we specialize in what Brother Ibrahim said they don't do in Lombok, basically buying large plots and parcel it out and sell it to the builders, right? That's what we should do. The process should take 2.5 years, 100% return, get out. But then we realize some parts, when they see that you bought such large parcel, and of course it's easy, like they can dig through the privacy and find who owns the company, shareholders. That's easy. They see Muslim's name, brother. They don't even know that we don't even intend to build anything there. We're just like holding it. We're gonna like plot it and sell it. They do all lobbying, go to the city, complain, like don't let these guys do anything. They're gonna build a mosque there. They're gonna do this, do that. Then you have to, like the mayor's office, you have to find out where their sons go to high school. You have to give to their charity in the football club, brother. These are all games. Then they come down.
Oof.
It's corruption to the next level.
Now, the benefits of anti-corruption,
Yeah, sorry, brother. Go ahead. Yeah.
to move on, is that speed and efficiency is the result.
True.
So you mentioned 36 months to get a building permit.
Yes.
We acquire land in Dubai today. In 90 days, we launch to the public. Designs approved, permits in place, earthwork starting.
Yes.
There's a project we'll be launching, inshallah, in the next 2-3 weeks.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Earthworks has already begun. No governmental delays. It's one of the
Yes.
developer offices is still, or the sales center is still being done, and that's the delay. But from a governmental perspective,
No delay.
everything's
And they're so smart, these departments, they understand. Let's say the developer does not have the amenities designed on the rooftop.
yes,
US would stop the whole permit. Here they understand, brother, stop building.
yes.
Figure out, we have time for that.
Sure.
You know, so they know, they're smart. These people in the government, they understand the actual business. Over there, you have to give the whole plan. Like right at this moment, I don't know what should I do in terms of amenities. I have an idea. I want to see the market, test out. No, they want the full thing before they give you the permit to do the foundation. What does foundation have to do? What I'm going to build over there, you know? So there's many things they don't understand in the US, the people that are in the government, that delays the process.
Also, a very enabling attitude here, just to pick up on what
Yes.
you mentioned,
Yep.
exactly that. We've had instances, they didn't like the design or plan or something. So what do? Pick up the phone. Okay, why did you reject my application? Brother, come here,
Yes.
sit with us.
Yeah.
We'll tell you and we'll give you the solutions.
Yes.
Nothing to
Yeah.
be concerned about.
Oof.
Okay, this we didn't enjoy, or that breaches this regulation. This is the fix. Khalas, done.
This is nasheed to the ears for any developers in the West. It does not happen. It's anti.
I like that. Nasheed to the ears.
Yes, it's basically anti. You submitted, I deny because I just can deny. What are you gonna do about it? It's that attitude, man.
God complex.
So look, on the
Sheikh wants to move on,
issue of real estate, let's move on to Saudi Arabia, right? So recently, there's just been the announcement of King Salman Gate in Mecca, which is a massive development project, right, just next to the Haram. You're smiling.
No, we're just.
I'm laughing because I just remembered the chair thing. The chair story.
Well, I mean, what interests me about this is the foreign ownership laws are now changing in Saudi Arabia. So you can actually purchase land in Jeddah and Riyadh. Mecca, Medina, is not, as in from next year you'll be able to. Mecca, Medina also is opening up in that regard. It's going to be harder still, but still possible. Still possible. Actually, on that note, subhanAllah, I want to share something with you guys.
Please.
So one of the brothers in the network,
I knew it's a connection.
yeah,
We're up for it.
I mean, I'm a marketer, guys. I have to sell it to you. But brother Faizan,
Yes.
so from Mirfa, he wanted to invest in Medina, right? A quarter of a billion riyal. So 250 million
Real.
Yeah.
riyal. Now, you can't go to Medina and just buy real estate.
No.
You can't just buy real estate. But you can come in as an investor into the country if you're coming at that level with that type, right? Of course, it's not easy. Depends on, whatever it is. There's two entities that could facilitate that for him based on his research. He wanted to get a connection, right?
Yeah.
So, subhanAllah, we activated some of our connections for him. And he's in the process of speaking to them, but there was one really interesting one. And sometimes, you get connections from the craziest places. So there's a brother I used to teach in the masjid. Yeah, this kid used to be like on the streets, and he came to Umrah with us. And Allah, now he's a grown man, and he does close protection security work.
MashaAllah.
And his clients are
the Royals.
royals and political.
Yeah.
And members of the the Saudi government. So I just thought, you know what? Let me just reach out to him because we can bleep out the name, but the guy who's doing all of the yes, he's one of his clients.
Yeah. Please be pardoned. I did not say that.
Really, is it problematic?
No, just
Okay.
Just in case.
So I just asked him. Right, we're gonna bleep out the names. We're gonna bleep out the names here. But he sent a message to the brother Faizan. He says, "Assalamu alaikum. Hope you're well." He goes, "I've arranged a contact of mine, Mr. to join for an introductory conference call with Mr. Currently, he works in the Ministry of Defense and Aviation of Saudi Arabia, and previously worked directly under
Oh, mashallah.
MashaAllah.
when he was Minister of Defense. When he was Minister of Defense, he was. So this is a previous Minister of Defense. He has strong influence and close relations with MISA, which is the entity he's looking to be put in touch
Ministry of Investment.
with. Yeah, Ministry of Investment, as well as his own ongoing projects. He's kindly agreed to go, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. So I was like,
Allahumma barik. So this is
That is
huge.
crazy.
Allahumma barik. This is huge. Mashallah. Allahumma barik.
and he had the call
Allahumma
earlier
barik.
today, I believe.
Mashallah.
Yeah.
Allahumma barik.
So anyway, why I'm excited about this King Salman Gate is because now this is opening up opportunities for us to do business in the Haram. Like eventually, not necessarily, but it's all indicative of us having opportunities in Mecca and Medina. in Riyadh and Jeddah, definitely from
To serve the pilgrims, yes, Sheikh. Yeah.
But even not necessarily to serve the pilgrims, to make money and profit. And this is something I also want to address, because you hear this kalam a lot from people about, people having too much of a commercial outlook when it comes to Mecca and Medina. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's an ayah in the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says in Surah Al-Baqarah, Sheikh Hafiz, so you can correct me. Allah says, وَلَا جُنَاحَ عَلَيْكُمْ وَلَيْسَ عَلَيْكُمْ جُنَاحٌ أَن تَبْتَغُوا فَضْلًا مِّن رَبِّكُمْ. Allah says, there's no harm upon you. This is in the context of Hajj. When you're going to Hajj, there's no harm upon you. When going to Hajj, you want to profit. You want to make money. Because Mecca and Medina is going to take, it's one of those places that you knew about this ayah?
What's that?
You knew that ayah?
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah,
and the tafsir of it?
Of course.
Yeah, mashallah. I'm saying the entrepreneurs know.
No, I was just deep in it. I was like, but most people, they don't do it.
They don't.
Even though when they do Hajj, they just they turn off.
Yeah. No, you should. Like during your, as in when I've come to Mecca and I've come to Medina, I'm going to do my ibadah. But at the same time, there's an opportunity for business here. And with all due respect, man, if there's a place I can do business, it's going to be Mecca, Medina, bro. I'm tying myself, my rizq and everything to the Haramain. So I just wanted to mention that to kind of, just nip that issue in the bud, as they say. But what are your thoughts on the shit? Like Saudi Arabia, you have an appetite for Mecca, Medina? It's still far off. Riyadh and Jeddah is going to be more possible in the new year, but inshallah.
Makkah and Medina would be wonderful. I think for any Muslim, the ambition of every Muslim should be to die in Medina. And I think that would enable that. Right now, and I may have the contrarian view here, but I'll share it anyways.
Please.
Is that I see legislation being changed, but I think it would take some time for things to smooth out. And I think there would be an initial, so right now it's a lot of hype, and there would be an initial phase of investors and institutional capital that would go in. They would learn some very painful lessons. And I think that would be the time to get in.
Yes. I actually 100% agree with this.
Okay.
Actually 100% agree. I think it's going to be great. Just from a commercial perspective, 2034, they'll host the World Cup. All those things are coming. Vision 2030 will be fulfilled, maybe some delays. But currently, there are many, there is no connections. There is like many gaps between the departments. They don't even know how this, like whatever the announcements are being made, how do you actually execute it? Even they don't know. And I have had some very bad experiences too. So I know it has to do with the authorities. Not that there's no hope. Like it's going to get really good, but I 100% agree. And also in Makkah and Medina, from real estate, this is all I understand. Like there's coffee shops and all those other things. Those are not my forte. Brothers can have more experience on those things. But from a real estate perspective, hospitality is the biggest thing. Like this is the main thing, right?
Yes.
Number one. So in terms of hospitality, currently there are 260,000 licensed hotel keys in Makkah. Government is adding 250,000 more.
Oh, wow. Doubling.
So, doubling by 2030. So there'll be 500,000 licensed hotel keys by government license, right? So me and you go with some capital and they'll crush you, because you operate at a 3-star price. They will drop their 5-star price to 1-star price on the off seasons if there is any. So what are you going to do? So I think we have to be very careful. It's a different thing. They're selling residences. I just want to buy a house and live there. That's different. But investments and business, I would say, brothers, just be very careful, tread carefully. But completely different in terms of like, I want to buy a house there. Whenever I'm there, I want to live in my house. If I'm not there, I'll Airbnb it. That's completely different. You're not.
I actually very much agree with you on that.
Yes. Yeah. So you have to be very.
The licenses, you wouldn't be able to get a 5-star license. It's all taken up.
Exactly.
So,
in terms of hotels.
In terms of
branded hotels,
even branded service apartments and all, even like
where can you get this type of insights? This is so interesting to know. Like
because
someone might see the news. I got super excited, but this is reality.
Because I got penalized with my own money, Sheikh. This is my own experience. I'm sharing.
The 1 million you put into
650,000. I was gonna put in 1 million. I put 650,000 USD. Yeah, and it's
to a business in Saudi Arabia.
Into a Airbnb business in Medina.
Ah, okay.
And it's just the government authorities and everything, man. You can't even open it. It's crazy. So the application, the portal, they got completely erased. I could not believe it. I thought the brother is just making it up. How could your application get erased from a government system?
But do you think there's hope?
Not only hope, it will happen for sure.
Inshallah.
But tread carefully,
Just
inshallah.
not immediately.
Not immediately. Just watch, learn. Don't be the guinea pig,
Yeah.
if that's a correct
I
word
think
to use.
Dubai 30 years ago. Dubai had an ambition and a plan, and things at that time were not as efficient as it's today.
Yes.
So, the
2014,
legislation
yeah.
has to flow down. People have to get trained. They have to get upskilled. The systems have to be connected, etc. And then it
I'd
happens.
agree with what you said, but not with the example of Dubai, because Dubai always, my family, we've been here since 1972. So it's always been
At the forefront.
at every time, even in the 90s.
Like that.
Even in the 90s, they were always looking at how we can make business easy, how we can compete at a global level, even when they weren't competition. Do you see what I mean?
No, I agree with that, but I mean, it's particularly in our industry in 2008, we know what happened
The
here.
real state.
There was a lot of
14, there was
deregulation, etc.
Yeah,
They learned very
but
quickly
even in 2008,
and
there was a
fixed it.
global financial crisis.
That's why I always use 2014 example. 2008, okay, the excuse is
Yeah.
global, but 2014 was regional.
No, but I'm talking
Okay.
deregulation, no DLD,
Yes.
and I mean they're very honest and upfront about it. They don't hide it.
No escrow.
No escrows,
Yeah.
And they fixed a lot of that, but they learned and executed and put out those checks and balances, which now protect investors.
So then wouldn't Saudi Arabia have the privilege of learning from...
But brother, it's a way larger country, 40 million population. It's a lot of intricacies.
Jameel.
Inshallah.
طيب, so gold. Why did it go up and why is it going back down?
No trust.
Yes,
I can tell you this. Sorry, you want to go first? Go for it.
No, go ahead, Sheikh. Go ahead, Sheikh.
So, look, I have my own sort of analysis and on how I see the world and my own lens from my own life experience and this thing. And one of the things I see is that there's distrust in everything. Be it so, right now there's no trust in farmer, there's no trust in government. We're talking outside the region. There's no trust in corporations. There's no trust in the politicians, and there's no trust, in the banking system.
As you're
etc.
saying this, I'm so sorry to cut you off, but I have to mention, I'm so sorry, please pardon me. But what you're saying, subhanallah, anyone living in the West should be able to see the writing on the wall. Wallahi, what you're saying is so true. You're not even from the US.
No.
There is literally no trust in any of these institutions. You doubt the people that are making your food. You doubt the ones that are making your medicine. You doubt the ones who are in charge. You question everyone. That is a society looking to implode. I'm so sorry. I had to just say that.
Perfect.
No, I have to add
as
to what you've just said. I don't think you know, since the question is about gold,
Yeah.
how valid what you've just said is in relation to what's happening with the gold.
Yeah.
Price of gold.
No, I understand.
You understand? Okay.
Yeah.
So make the connection.
Continue. Make the connection.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So in that, there's no trust in currency.
Okay.
Right. And especially the dollar. Besides, so from one angle is the trust lens. Second angle is the lens, it's been used as a big stick for too long. So penalizing nations that do not toe the line. Sanctions, tariffs, things like
from
that.
SWIFT and stuff like that.
100%.
Yeah.
So there's a whole global shift to de-dollarize. U.S. treasuries are being dumped. I don't know the stats, but I think it's
share, Sheikh, yes.
a good couple. You can share the number.
Yes, inshallah.
But so there's a whole shift out of U.S. currencies. And Sheikh, there's zakat on gold and silver. Those are minerals of the earth that are true wealth, and there's no substitute for that. And at a point in time, it's not a matter of if, it's simply a matter of when the dollar would collapse. And it's
Inshallah.
happening.
Inshallah.
It's happening.
So what people don't know is that there's a direct inverse relationship between the dollar and gold. So whenever the
So
value...
just before you speak,
Yes.
your degree was in?
My degree is irrelevant. My degree was in banking and finance.
Yes, as in...
I went to university in London.
Yeah.
I received a full scholarship. Went to the second best business school in the country. Because I didn't understand these questions. And when I went to two business university in London, the answers were still not given to me. So I had to find them myself. And when I found them myself, I remember with certainty understanding the intricacies of currencies and gold and the financial system and everything in just my first year of university, asking the professor whose book we're forced to buy to study for, the banking or finance module, a question that I knew the answer to. And I remember one of the questions was, why is there an inverse relationship between gold and the dollar? And he just said, it's a coincidence. The minute he said this, I was like 18 years old. I said, this is just a waste of time. This guy's a clown. Like I said to myself, either he's an idiot or who didn't know the answer, or he knows the answer and he just doesn't want to say the truth.
Not allowed to say it.
Or he's not allowed to say
Not
it.
allowed to say it.
See what I mean?
Really?
So there's an inverse. Yes, of course, you cannot teach this. I said this on a different podcast with you.
I remember.
This is the most sensitive
No, a
subject.
5-year-old kid can understand it.
A 5-year-old can, if you explain it to him properly.
Yeah.
If you explain it, it's not complicated. People, they don't want to go into it.
So what's the inverse relationship?
There's first thing you need to know that there is a direct inverse relationship between the dollar and gold. What does this
100%.
mean in English? This means that whenever the value of gold rises, the
Dollar
value
go
of
down.
gold will drop.
Yes.
And whenever
The value of gold rises,
whenever the value of the dollar rises, the value of gold
Gold
drops.
will drop.
Okay.
Yes.
And whenever the value of the dollar drops, the value of the gold rises.
100%.
Now, what causes the value of the dollar to drop? Many things. Printing of money, excessive government spending, the China producing much more products than the world buying more Chinese products than American products. Because what is the value, the intricate value, fundamental value of a currency of any country is how many products does your country make that's wanted across the world? Because the more products you make that are wanted across the world, the rest of the world need to buy your currency to buy those products. Do you see what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, there's many levels to it, but this is the basic level. I'm trying to give a baby explanation for it.
Mm-hmm.
So all of these things, when you have less products in demand, higher government spending, higher printing of money, all of this causes the value of the dollar to go down, which causes the value of gold to go up. And then on top of that, when you lack trust.
But sorry,
On top of
Zarir, before you move on to the trust, just on that, and you force the world to trade in your currency.
I didn't want to go there.
And so they did it. They did it. And now when they're feeling the pain of your behavior,
And they decide
they
to
decided,
de-dollarize,
okay,
like you said. I don't want.
we will trade
Yeah.
in other currencies.
Yeah, but still,
or in other mediums.
But that is not
i.e.
really.
gold?
Gold,
basket
own
of currency, so
currencies,
many things.
basket of
But the thing
currencies.
is, that is not really having a major effect. It's having a slight effect.
Yeah.
If it was a major effect, they wouldn't let it slide. They wouldn't let it slide. I don't want to
I
go
agree
into
with
it.
you.
I don't want to go
It would
into
probably push de-dollarization more than the impact of gold, yes.
So what was it that
I
happened
give you that.
specifically? What was there an event that caused the gold price to go up? Was it something specific, or just
So the points the brother said, I just want to add on those points, Sheikh, and maybe it will answer
He's
that.
gonna drop a bomb now. I know, always like he did
No.
the whole podcast is like it's one thing after the other. Come on, let's go. What are you gonna say now?
No, so basically, if you look at it, it's literally US and China. We look at these two countries, right?
Yeah.
Like Brother Zarir mentioned, and like Brother Ebrahim mentioned, China produces 32% of world output right now.
oh wow, one
30
country?
Yes, one country, 32%, okay? Goods bought by the whole world. That's combining US, UK, and Germany together. It's not 32%, okay? Now, that's one fact for you. Second, US is drowning
So then,
in...
shouldn't the GDP of China be higher than the GDP of the UK and the US?
But that's goods. Then you got services and other things as well, but that's just goods, pure goods. Then this is one fact. Number two is US is drowning in $38 trillion debt. Their interest payment annually is $1.2 trillion, which is more than their budget of Department of War, they call it now, not anymore Department of Defense, and the healthcare budget put together. Those two budgets put together, they have to pay more towards the interest. That comes to the lack of trust, you know? So people are seeing, and China, out of that $38 trillion debt, US owes $800 billion to China in US Treasury bonds. Okay, out of that 38 trillion, 800 billion is owed to China. Now, China, if I'm China, I'm thinking with all these things going on, I don't know when I need the money, this $800 billion, I don't know if I can cash it in the bank anymore. It's a logical way to think. I don't trust my guy anymore. I don't trust my supplier, my vendor anymore. I don't know if I go to the bank, if the check will bounce or what's going to happen, right? What do I need to do? I need to buy gold, right? Okay. The lack of trust all over the world. And this happens, there's 3 major bull runs on the gold, right? 1971 to 1980, when Nixon initially separated the gold and US dollars.
For 9 years.
Yes. For 9 years, people kept buying gold because like, oh my God, end of the world. Then Reagan came, fixed it. We don't want to go to the details. He raised the interest rate, deflated the economy and whatnot. Everything got settled. Mm-hmm. Then again, the same thing happened post 9/11, and the everything that happened after that financial crisis and whatnot. Bull run, right? Then slightly in the COVID time, but this time, including Ray Dalio, all these people, like the Americans, true Americans, economists, business people, they're saying people are losing trust in America. Yes. Not only external, internal. People don't trust. Forget the pharmas and all that. People don't trust the election system. They think Biden was not truthful president. He shouldn't have been president. It was rigged. They think Trump shouldn't have been president. It's rigged. They don't trust the whole democracy system. There is no trust in U.S. government. What does the currency say? In God we trust. Right? Basically saying, just trust us. We got this. People don't trust the U.S. government. And recently, I highly recommend everyone to watch it. I don't know if your brothers watched it. The Singapore Prime Minister's interview with Financial Times. Highly recommend it. I think it's like 40 minutes video. You can fast track and watch it. Basically, he's saying, Prime Minister of Singapore. This is not podcaster saying it. He's saying the official fall of America has started. Yeah. Now, the world has to come together. And somebody has to take the bill now.
And you know why
that's crazy? Who's going to police the world now?
Do you know why that's crazy?
Do you know how I say it?
Yeah.
I say the American hegemony is over.
Exactly, brother.
And these are the last kicks of a dying dog.
Exactly. Exactly.
Crazy. Singapore is like one of the financial capitals of the world.
The financial capital right now.
Of the world?
Of the world.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And the prime minister is saying that, not a finance minister or a minister or podcaster.
Okay, so then why has the price dropped?
So the drop, these are just hyperbolized. I
think it's gone down by like 3%, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's hyperbolized. So if you look at it, 1996, for me personally, and brothers, please feel free to disagree. For me, gold is not an investment asset for me. It's the storage of wealth for me.
I agree with you.
It's a storage 100%. Of wealth. So why should I compare it with stocks and real estate? No. Compare it with USD. Storage of wealth, right? Okay, so 1996, ounce of gold, $400. Going into 2026, $4,000, 10 times more. 1996, USD, $400. You know how much your buying power is today with that $400? $198. It has dropped 51%. Mm-hmm. So what was $400 if you're carrying 4 notes and you went to sleep like Ashabul Kahf for 30 years, you woke up. It has dropped 51%. And gold has gone up 10 times. Now, if you take 51% off of that, because let's say you traded it in gold, in currency to USD, still it's at $2,000, the gold right now. So 5 times more.
But then why isn't it something that should be compared
to an investment?
To an investment, because it obviously is.
It's a non-productive, Sheikh. It's unproductive. It's not giving me any cash flow.
It doesn't generate cash.
It's not giving me any cash flow.
But it would always keep up with inflation. And your buying power is
is protected.
It's a storage of wealth.
It's a storage of wealth.
Does it just keep up with inflation, or is it?
You could argue that it could beat inflation.
Yep.
But
so I'm interested. How do you see gold as an investor? Like, do you purchase gold? Like, how much of your portfolio?
I would certainly keep at least 5 to 10% in gold. And the plan for that, so there's a lot of benefits in keeping gold. One is, especially in the West, you escape the capital gains or the estate
100%.
Duty. 100%. This thing. If you bought 100 coins in your lifetime on your death, hey, just distribute it to the family. There's no estate duty on that, etc. Your children or your daughters, for example, they could cash that up, every couple of months and actually pay their bills. So it's a very efficient way of transferring wealth to the next generation. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I went off track. What was your question again?
No, the question was, so you
how much of your portfolio is in gold?
You already answered. I would say 5 to 10%.
You answered it and went above and beyond. So you give me the reasons, the benefits.
For me, that is, when the missiles are flying and we emerge from the nuclear dust, that's when you use that.
Yeah. So
So it's a storage of wealth. I agree with Brother Ibrahim. What's your take on it? It's an investment or storage of wealth?
the old businessmen, the old businessmen, when I say the old businessmen, the generation before us, or my father's generation, they would always, every month, 5 to 10% in gold. Keep it, some in the house, some in the bank, in a safe, depending on how much you have. Safe in the house, safe in the bank, and you forget about it.
And don't ever sell it, they will tell you.
Yeah, you forget about it. That's it.
Interesting, subhanAllah, even my sheikh.
And anyone can do this.
Even my sheikh, who is he's born in a village. He's born in a village. Of course, he went to university, very well educated, Allah barik, secularly, and also Islamic sciences. Very, very, very knowledgeable sheikh, right? SubhanAllah, he told me a year ago, he said, I want to purchase crypto. So we started looking into Islamic finance and like contemporary masail. So he came across these things. So he really started studying it, right? So he's like, what do you think? I was like, Sheikh, me personally, Bitcoin. It's just, I don't understand this crypto thing. This is not really my thing. But I know I put money in Bitcoin and I made a lot of money. And I keep making money. It keeps going up, right? So Bitcoin is my thing. So I said, okay, cool. Let me buy some Bitcoin. Recently he came back to me and said, listen, Imran, I need to diversify. I need some silver. I need some gold. So now what he does is that, obviously the way the sheikh makes money is that he teaches Arabic, right? And he has a tuition fee for Arabic. It's very, very, it's not a lot. Like if you compare to like, it's like $9 a lesson the students will pay him. But mashallah, he's based on whatever he has, he's diversifying his assets.
So like what I said, anyone can do it. Everyone should be doing it. Should be doing it. And this was common practice up until like 2000.
Yeah.
Or up until the generation before us. Yeah. Our generation and the ones, not even our generation is the last one that saw it being done.
Yep.
This new the generation after us, they're clueless about it.
Yep.
They think it's all crypto.
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
that's if they have crypto.
We should do crypto.
I think
next
topic
podcast.
for another day.
Yeah, next podcast we should talk about
debate
crypto.
on crypto versus gold.
Yes, that will be a good debate.
So let's move on. I want to quickly talk about recently Blackstone and Pamara. They just purchased a $525 million stake in Property Finder here in Dubai, which is Dubai's biggest real estate.
Did you know that, Brother Ibrahim?
No, I was not aware of that.
I'll enlighten you.
I was quite surprised with that.
Blackstone and who?
But I've actually seen US institutional money starting to come into the region. Tons of it are coming.
Tons.
BlackRock has opened their offices here, and
Bridgewater, Ray Dalio.
Yes,
Ray Dalio has opened.
The thing here is, at that stage, all right, these companies usually IPO, and that's how they would raise more capital. But now, it seems like private equity is becoming more of an option for these type of companies. Why is that? Why is that so?
It's easier.
It's
quicker,
100%.
less regulation.
So, for example, in the 90s, there were 8,000 public companies listed in the US. Now there's 4,000.
8,000 public. Now there's wow.
Yeah, and then I think 1996 there's like
listed as in the stock.
Yeah, like public companies. Now there's less than 4,000 for exactly the reason Brothers
There's less than
mentioned.
4,000 public companies.
Yeah, US listed like US companies.
It's crazy.
Yes, half
Declined
because private money has become so much easier, deregulated,
less red
and
tape
even Elon Musk said, "I'll take SpaceX public after I go to Mars." Why? No regulation. Nobody has to, tell him, don't go to Mars this way, save the environment by going that way, don't take the shortcut this way.
So the stock market works on emotion, right? So your business could be doing well.
Yes.
Right. But there's some
crazy news,
speculation. Some speculation.
It's crazy. It doesn't
your
make
stock
sense.
Could tank.
So guys, explain this to me, because truth be told, this is not something that I'm very...
Brother Ibrahim, you want to go first?
After you.
Okay, inshallah. So basically, on that point, I'll take on that point. So for example, public companies. Why are people discouraged to go public companies? I'll take Brother Ibrahim reason that he mentioned. I'm basically doing a 3-month sprint every time. Because there's quarterly reports, quarterly earnings, investor calls. And I just have to prove myself on the next call. I just have to, again, prove myself on the next call. So it's very hard. Only few can do it who can execute the long-term vision while hitting these sprints. Like you're running sprints in a marathon. But when you're focusing on sprint, you forget that there's a marathon that you're running on. But there's a burst of sprints you have to focus. Not everybody can do that. You know,
To add to that, so I've been part of a listed entity. I had acquired a competitor and
In South Africa.
and the vast majority shareholder in that entity was a public company. So by law,
yes, yes,
not out of choice, but I had a German partners who were listed on the stock exchange in South Africa. And back to the old topic of trust and corruption.
Yeah.
It happens a lot in these public companies.
yes.
Because of they cannot to your point, you just cannot compete with those maintain the
Yes.
the energy required for those continuous
100%.
sprints.
And look at that, brother. For example, SpaceX and Stripe. Stripe is still not IPO'd. It's a $100 billion plus company, Stripe, that we use for payment processing, right? SpaceX is like the richest private company, $400 billion, still not IPO'd, and maybe never will IPO. Stripe will maybe never IPO. You just keep doing series of funding as you need funding and keep going.
And then, as you mentioned, the stock market is emotional, right? If
Emotional,
there's one
emotional.
scandal,
And
One
overvalued.
tweet,
company could be doing great,
Yeah.
but the CEO has an affair with the head of HR.
Habibi,
goes to a
not
concert.
not even scandal, but one tweet. One tweet.
One tweet,
One tweet can ruin your stock valuation like crazy.
correct for what? Yeah.
Like what happened with
No,
that
and
company.
then you've got to open up a lot. You've got to be transparent about
Yes.
your earnings.
Yes.
You know, it's ridiculous.
Before, in order to pass $100 million mark, $100 million, after that, anything you want to do, you had to IPO. Now, billions people are doing on private money.
So companies are preferring private equity as opposed to IPO. What about investors? Are investors caught on? Because obviously these private equity companies without institutional investors, not really.
So there's pros and cons, right? So the argument against it is now the regular person who has $100 to invest, he does not have access to investing in Stripe and SpaceX. You know, the guy with the connection to Ra'id Ventures and this guy, that private equity, that they're investing large checks. So only rich are getting richer. That's the argument. That with this continuing, rich are just getting richer, and the poor guy is already poor. Now he does not have access to the equities market because there's argument on both sides.
But that's exactly why.
I didn't mean it from that perspective. What I meant is that sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
Like institutional investors and people with that type of money, are they also clued on in terms of putting
yes,
their
yeah.
money towards private equity funds?
Yeah, they're diversifying funds into private equity. They're creating their own funds. Family offices would have their own allocations for startups, or they would put monies into VCs.
So in essence, what I'm saying is that people are generally speaking investing in the stock market less as well.
Just to add data, Sheikh, before the endowments, let's say the largest endowment in the world is Harvard. Endowments used to put only 2% to private investments. Now they put up to 50% of their allocation is to private equity firms.
And this trend
And
will.
why, Sheikh? Another reason is because coming back to the trust, the stock market's overvalued, right?
Oh man, it's the biggest bubble
crazy.
ever. We're living in
It is
the biggest bubble ever.
100%. It's a crisis waiting to happen.
Even
Be it
Musk
India,
doesn't know why Tesla is
Be
valued
it,
what it's valued at.
in the US. I mean, if you take the big tech companies, they're more valuable than
Yes.
certain countries.
Yes, countries.
And you're saying that price doesn't reflect reality.
No, it's some of them are pre-revenue and they're like 30 times the revenue multiples. Forget profit. So when would you ever get paid?
Nvidia is $4 trillion.
It's all emotion. It's no fundamentals.
Very interesting.
It's crazy.
Very interesting.
You were going to say something.
Yeah, I was going to say the fact that companies are raising capital from private equity funds rather than going public. This is indicative of something that anyone with a keen eye and observer will also clearly see. Is that the public don't have the money anymore. You always take the money from where the money is. That gap between the middle class and the wealthy has just grown to the point where we don't need
There's no middle class
public
anymore.
money.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the middle class used to be close to the rich relative to where it is
So
now.
most of the
now they're
public
closer
money-
to the poor.
So most of the public money in the stock market comes from the middle class. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy then.
This is $100, $200 fractional
And that's the
investment.
but is that the majority of it?
Retail investors.
A lot of it, yeah. Who do you
Retail.
think? Haven't you seen you haven't, but like the Hollywood movies, who are they calling?
The grandma.
They're calling the grandma, the dentist, the this, the that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
If you invest today in a week, I'm telling you right now. Are you ready to hear this? Mic drop. Oh my God, cold calling days, man. The whole team is listening. What's gonna happen now?
I'm a killer on the phone, bro. I'm a killer.
Same here, man. We're gonna do a contest.
Huh?
We'll call the sellers in America.
Contest with someone else, bro. Not with me. Trust me.
Then we gotta do it, man. Then we gotta do it on camera.
Let's do it live on camera.
Yeah, call the sellers in America.
Okay, I'm game.
No, you call the sellers here, you call the sellers in America. That's fair, right?
Bro, I'm game. I'll call anybody. Bro.
There you go, man. Brother Ibrahim will be the referee.
Right.
You will.
So we're gonna do this on the next
Keep score.
episode. We're gonna do this on the next episode.
Brother, I don't mind.
Bring
I
a
don't-
list.
You know what I do when I'm on a cold call just for fun? You know what I do? I still have videos from back in the day. I would record myself.
I'll give Brother Zarir.
I would record myself. I'll just post. I like so many times I come across the old videos. I'm like, should I post this? It's freaking
Mashallah.
hilarious. Like, because people are under pressure. They're stressed when they're doing cold call. I'm having the time of my life.
Yes.
And the guy who I'm talking to on the phone is having more fun than me.
Yes.
You get what I mean? And, alhamdulillah, I have a very high close rate.
Allah
man.
I would love to see those videos, man.
Wallah, you love it.
I
It's
know.
hilarious. It's hilarious.
These are my
But I'll
favorite
say-
pastime videos.
I'll say the most like unexpected thing.
Yes.
It's you always want to not make a sales call sound like a sales call.
Yeah, you have to give
This
misdirection.
is rule number 1. Don't make a sales call look like a sales call. And I'm the king of that.
So barakallah for you guys. We've discussed a lot of things today. Sheikh Ibrahim, what do you think? What is the take home for people from this discussion that we've had today? What's the top line?
I would say that be aware. Not everything in the news is fact. Do your own investigation. Hollywood is not the reality of the West. The brothers who are there and brothers that travel there, it's a third world country,
100%.
but it's just with a lot of lipstick and makeup on,
The arrogance.
and
They still call it.
portrayed as something else.
Cosmetics.
That was such.
They don't even refer
That
to it.
example hit me hard. Why? I'm like starting to imagine something in my head that I didn't want to imagine. Oh my God.
Is
You got it.
just very quickly? Do these guys see the UAE as a first world country?
A lot of them don't see the world. They actually see the UAE as a third world country, very strict laws.
Who sees UAE as third world country?
I say it's
A
the
lot
best
of
city in
a
the
lot of
world.
the people in the
Seriously.
West,
Okay, I want to mention
and there's a lot of
something.
hate on the UAE at the moment.
Yes, Sheikh Imran.
I'm not sure if you're aware.
Well, I want to comment on that. Well, Sheikh Imran, you're finding that out. So basically, there is a CEO from the US. Okay, I won't mention his handle name. People will find out. But basically, he's a successful businessman, Muslim in the US. He tweets while paying taxes to that country. He says, boycott this place. You know, the dichotomy of people. I just could not understand. Is he like either so dumb or he's on someone's payroll to come?
No, he's on a payroll.
100%. That's what I told my team.
To
It
be a
can't
CEO, you cannot be that dumb.
that dumb.
You need to have
Yes,
some.
I exactly said the same thing on the team. My team was like, bro, did you see that? I was like, brother, he's not this dumb. He's actually like legitimate, successful businessman. There's no doubt about that. He's a legitimate, smart guy.
Then
So
it's,
he's on payroll.
Yeah,
Apparently, they do
interest.
see it as a first world country now, but I checked a couple of years ago and it didn't. It didn't. Sorry, you guys are talking about something else.
Top of the list of the first world countries.
Well, forget that list, Sheikh. It's the safest country by many indexes.
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
One of the strongest passports by many indexes. The infrastructure. I
Best
don't know.
infrastructure.
Yes.
Efficiency, corruption.
Yes.
So what's the take-home message?
As an expat, you are protected here. You could go to court regardless of
Yes, you have
who's
the
on
same
the
rights.
opposing table.
Yep. You have the same
What's fact? You have the same rights according to the law. And this is tested. My
Allah
partner has been in
Not only you,
a few
everybody,
times to
everybody.
court, and it doesn't matter who you are. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong.
So it sounds like what you guys are saying is bring your money here.
No, 100%.
That's what you're saying. Is bring the money here.
No, right. Well,
Bring
first
your
bring
money here,
yourself
bring your
here.
families
Yeah,
here.
first bring yourself here.
Bring yourself
here.
here. I'd
First
agree
check
with
it
you.
out. And then if you like it, bring your money. You know?
Definitely.
There's no person.
Bring the money.
And your skills and everything
Yes,
else.
of course,
So,
of course, of course, of
It's
course.
also, I believe, Sheikh, this region, and especially Dubai in particular for now, if you have skills, it's the best place. So if you wanted, 20 years ago, the dream was the US or New York. If you wanted to make it,
American dream.
the American dream. Right now it's Dubai. If you're young, if you have energy, or regardless of your age, if you just have skill and energy and you want to make it in life, come here. The network within this community and outside, and just the environment here, it pushes you to excel.
Yes.
It's crazy. Like in the UK, every
There's a hunger here that I've never seen anywhere else, an energy that I've never seen anywhere else.
you know, I still don't understand. Yeah, there's in the UK. I can speak for the UK. Every 40 minutes, a millionaire is leaving the UK and coming here. 16,000 millionaires already left the UK
This year.
this year, and this is 2 months ago, right, since January. And there's still some, and there's still some Muslim millionaires that are still there. I don't know what on earth they're doing. Like the non-Muslims are leaving. Because I know this because in our network, yeah, when we run ads, most people that are in our network are from here. Also America, but then the second largest majority is the UK. I didn't even know there was millionaires in the UK that left. But there's a lot of brothers, mashallah, tabarakallah, investors, entrepreneurs that are from the UK wanting to join our network. And I'm like, what? I don't get it. Why are you guys still there? I just don't get the thrill. I don't.
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. They're just there.
It's legacy thinking.
No, the taxes are murdering them. The kids are getting, on the streets.
But like he said, back in the day, it was the American dream. Before it was the American dream, it was the English dream.
British
it was the British dream.
Yes.
Why are they still there?
But, legacy thinking is still...
The dream has turned into a nightmare and they're still not waking up.
SubhanAllah.
Well, I'll be honest.
Wallah, the two of you are going to wake up a lot of people today.
No, with that said, guys, man, barakallah fi guys. I think this has been a very, very amazing discussion. I've learned a lot. I think this type of conversation needs to be had so that we can see the Muslim perspective on a lot of these things and see it being discussed in a Sharia compliant perspective. No, I honestly learned a lot from all of you guys today.
Like this.
I'd encourage you all to check out our brothers. We'll link their ecosystems below in terms of social media.
Come and check out Dubai first.
Yeah, come and check out Dubai. And if you're an investor, entrepreneur, senior corporate exec, and you want to be connected to brothers like this and get this type of insights on a daily basis, then the Cave, our network, could be a place for you. So you can apply at the link below. But that said, we'll see you next week for another episode. May Allah Azza wa Jalla bless you, put barakah in what you're doing, and protect you from all sorts of evil in this life and the next.
Amin.
With that said, subhanakallahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.